Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Fat Guy bringing you another review, this time for Soulstone Survivors in 2025. Soulstone Survivors is a game that was released onto Steam in Early Access on November 7th, 2022. It is a roguelite type of game similar to Vampire Survivors. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially a roguelite where you do runs with a character, and during those runs you level up, get skills, and increase your stats to face ever more challenging foes. Your skills activate automatically as well. Once you die or quit your run, you have to start over on a new run. However, you do retain some progress between each run. After each run, your character class levels up and you get skill points to spend in the skill tree. At first, you spend these skill points on skill nodes that affect all the classes. However, once you have unlocked all of those, the real fun begins. Then you unlock every other character's skill tree. As you level up a character, you will unlock skill points to spend on their skill tree between runs. Over time, you will have some very powerful classes to take during your runs. Please note that the overall level of your character outside of a run and the level of your character within a run are separate. Some of these skills unlock a class's Ascension ability, which gives them a very powerful buff as you activate them during your run. For example, the assassin can hunt an assassination target every so often, and once that target is defeated, the assassin gets buffed for a bit. Other skills give passive stat increases to your character. Lastly, some skills unlock runes, which we'll get to later. During runs, you're not just going to be leveling up, you'll also be collecting various items to unlock new stuff in the game. New classes, for example, require gems to unlock, as do skill nodes. When you first start out, it may feel like you don't have enough items, but eventually you'll have more than you need. You'll also be using these items to unlock and level up weapons. In Soulstone Survivors, each class has 4 weapons to choose from. Each weapon contains 2 skills on it, one that is on it from the start, and a second one that can be within the pool of skills to draw from during the run. Anyway, you unlock each weapon by leveling up your class and using crafting items to make the item. You get these crafting items from monsters during your runs. Each stage drops different crafting items, so you can target farm as needed. Once you unlock all the weapons, you can upgrade them, which will increase their stats. I've only upgraded to plus 11, I think it was, but I'm not sure how high of a level these weapons can get. As you increase the weapons level, it will require more items to craft, so keep farming. Now, before you go on your run, you'll want to equip runes. Runes are unlocked via the skill tree. Runes could be game changers and help you to tailor your experience to how you want it to be. If you want to have a higher chance of shadow skills appearing, there is a rune for that. If you want multicast to appear more often, there is also a rune for that. They're really fun to use and can really change the experience of each run. So now you have your rune selected, your weapon equipped, and you chose a class. Now it's time to pick a level to start your run. Your skills will activate automatically and you have to point them in the direction you want them to go. And you'll also want to make sure that you're positioned correctly at all times so you don't take too much damage. There is also a dodge as well, which has a very quick cooldown. As you kill monsters, you'll gain experience points and level up. Upon level up, you'll get to choose a stat increase such as increased damage, increased multicast, or more interesting ones like a skill chain. Eventually, you'll get to select your first skill. Each class comes with a pool of skills they can obtain. You get to select one of 3 random skills, but you'll eventually be able to reroll the skills you can select. Eventually, after killing enough enemies, a boss will spawn. These guys aren't very difficult, but they can pack a punch if you're not careful on higher difficulties. Killing these bosses nets you a gem, which as said previously will allow you to unlock stuff after your run. Once you get through enough waves of bosses, you'll finish that level. You'll have the option to either end the run, go into endless mode, or do the overlord cycles. Endless mode takes you to random stages of increasing difficulty. Overlord takes you to a unique area where you kill elites to get the bosses to spawn. I prefer Overlord mode because the bosses spawn more quickly and it just seems like I level up faster. As you increase your Overlord or Endless mode cycles, the enemies will become faster, stronger, and more deadly. Their HP will go up, as will the amount of damage they do, so get those HP increases when you can. You can also increase the difficulty through curse levels. These increase the stats of monsters as well as add certain modifiers such as more elites spawning with more HP, or increasing the number of bosses that spawn and also having them spawn all at once instead of one at a time. The difficulty is fun and adds flavor to each run. There is also the Unholy Cathedral, which was added last summer. I'm not a big fan of this mode because you have to survive a few times with different builds each time, so you have to come up with multiple builds to conquer it and its final boss. It's just not for me personally, but it's there for those who enjoy it and I think that's great. The graphics in this game are nice, but sometimes the frame rate tanks when things get too hectic. The devs are constantly trying to work on this, and it has been improved, but just bear in mind that it's still there. I do like the way most spells look, and the character classes each have a very unique look to them. Soulstone Survivors goes for $10 on Steam, and goes on sale every so often for a few dollars less than that. This is a steal in this fat guy's opinion. The amount of content you get in this game is staggering. I have almost 70 hours in this game, and I have many classes which I haven't even touched yet. It's really fun to level up and unlock more skills to make the class you're working on more powerful. It gives a really nice power fantasy of just mowing down monsters by the hundreds, thousands, and then more. So I give this game my fat guy seal of approval. So that about does it for this fat guy review. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.